In 1987, Joel Schumacher's The Lost Boys hit the big screen. The R-rated US horror comedy made 4 times its $8 million budget in America back. The modern teen vampire classic was a worldwide commercial success and received mostly moderate to positive reviews. Newly divorced Lucy and her 2 sons Michael and Sam move in with her whimsical father in the coastal town of Santa Carla, also known as the capital of death. Michael soon falls in love with the beautiful, mysterious Star, the girlfriend of David, the leader of the local motorcycle gang, and drinks the wine offered by David. But in reality, as it turns out, it's blood. The gang is a group of vampires and responsible for the disappearance of many children. Meanwhile, Sam meets Edgar and Ellen Frog in a comic book store who claim to be vampire hunters. When Chris suddenly becomes sensitive to light, can no longer eat normal food and exhibits increasingly strange behavior, Sam notices his missing reflection and desperately turns to his new friends. Together they try to save Chris, who seems to be undergoing a transformation completed when he drinks human blood. Interrupted if the head vampire who caused it dies first. To do this, they break into a vampire cave and kill one, who swear revenge and attack the mother's house the following night. The iconic soundtrack consists almost exclusively of well-known songs and several cover versions. The little bit of score is by Thomas Newman. I bought it at the time because of the title song Cry Little Sister by Gerard McMahon, here for whatever reason as Gerard McMahon. The direct-to-video sequels also contain variations of the song.
Last fire will rise behind those eyes. Black house will rock. Blind boys don't lie. Immortal fear. That voice so clear through broken walls. That scream.
The Lost Boys, a reference to Peter Pan and his group of lost boys who, like vampires, never age, is a pure, coldly calculated commercial product, aka teen vampire music video without a hint of pretension, logic, or, God forbid, horror. But it works wonderfully, because the basic tone mostly remains serious and never slips completely into the silly. Fast-paced, with very nice practical effects that still hold up.
Blue masquerade. Strangers look on, when will they learn this loneliness?
Kiefer Sutherland in particular stands out as the only one who leaves an impression, and illogically doesn't disintegrate in the final, which makes no sense at all, like the other vampires.
Temptation heat beats like a drum deep in your veins. I will not love, little sister.
Because he was still needed for the planned but so never realized sequel Lost Girls. In the end, it also turns out that it's not him but the mother's new boyfriend who is the top vampire. Although in an earlier scene, when he was tested at dinner, he had a mirror image and didn't mind holy water. But also dies, thanks to the script, due to the weird grandfather, who knew about the vampires the whole time and didn't warn anyone? Making the half-vampires normal again. In 2008, Wildstorm's 4-part comic Lost Boys: Reign of Frogs continues the storyline and serves as a prequel to the direct-to-video to Trashcan sequel from the same year. In 2016, Vertigo released with The Lost Boys another sequel to the original, this time with 6 issues.
My Shangri-La, I can't forget why you were mine.
Lost Boys, The Tribe has a similar plot to part 1, only this time it involves Nicole, the little sister of former professional surfer Chris, who moves to Luna Bay with her after the death of their parents to live with their aunt. And the rocker gang this time is a surfer gang, formed from a vampire, Shane, supposedly from part 1 as described in the comic book, who has probably survived. He falls for Nicole at a party while the brother is deliberately distracted, tricks her unnoticed with the blood, and she slowly starts to turn Jan. When she attacks Chris, he's rescued by Edgar Frog, now a surfboard shaper or something, who tries unsuccessfully to explain what is going on.
Come to your brother. Hey, I'm Chinese sister.
Later, after another failed vampire attack, he is convinced and asks him for help. They now try with a trick where Chris pretends to want to join the vampire gang to save Nicole from Shane, who wants to spend eternity with her as his wife or something.
Love is with your brother. Hey, cry, little sister.
The uninteresting CGI junk by PJ Pesky, see also his Sniper 3 Cucumber in the same named Grave speech, can't keep up with its innovative predecessor, whose scenes it constantly copies just in worse, and seems like a hastily fudged together cash grab, an absolute waste of time.
Come to your brother.
In an end credit scene, Edgar meets Sam, Michael's little brother from part 1,
Chinese sister.
who is now for whatever reason a vampire.
Love is with your brother. Cry, sister.
Slightly better, but still the opposite of good, is Dario Piana's Lost Boys, The Thirst in 2010. Here Edgar tries to convince his brother, a return of Alan from part 1, who mutated into a half-vampire thanks to an incident and has now been surviving on animal blood for 5 years, to help Gwen, an author of successful stupid teen vampire novels for brain dead like Twilight, whose supposed brother has been kidnapped by ravening vampires. At their events, the drug The Thirst is distributed, which probably consists of vampire blood. The movie, despite constant flashbacks to part 1 in order to stretch the running time at least to 80 minutes, is much more entertaining than its unwatchable boring predecessor, has a few nice ideas and for a change a new plot. The whole thing turns out to be an outrageous, unnecessarily complicated trap for Edgar, with which whoever wants to eliminate his competition, or something like that. It's also a bit faster paced and more competently staged, and was rightly not quite as violently stacked by the audience as the predecessor, so just cancer instead of plague.